Welcome to Muse'e d'Art du Togo Love. I am Dr. Ryan Vandemere, primary curator of the exhibit you are about to enter. As your humble narrator, I shall offer insight as to what really goes on here within our museum. To begin with, Muse'e d'Art du Togo Love is a grand adventure for young and old. Indeed, it is listed by many tour guides and travel agencies as one of their clients' favorite places to visit. Once its visitors enter through its doors, they are instantly transported to another world that does not currently exist upon Earth nor anywhere else. As a master of psychological realism, our beloved Maestro Togo relies upon the 60 years of traditional skills he has acquired as an artist, while utilizing 21st century tools to produce his recent works, including this series, A Day at the Museum. As for his style, Togo insists that both his title and ancillary story or commentary behind each picture is as much a part of each work as the image. Now, shall we begin? If you should just follow me this way. That's it, please watch your step. Sabrina's first visit set free a score of salacious secrets within her. Sabrina had never been to Muse'e d'Art du Togo Love before that night, so what could she have possibly known about the world of great art? Well, she spent the previous 10 years at universities, studying with this artist of minor fame and that artist of even lesser fame, achieving expensive degrees and framed certificates, and, consequently, she was employed as assistant curator of a monumental, yet brick-and-mortar, museum in a prestigious city like Winnebago, Canada. Even then, she had held high hopes to one day move to Muse'e, where she might have furthered her art education and found a better job as chief curator. But that night when she had entered Muse'e, it changed her delusions forever. She became enchanted. Her veins began to flow with lava-hot passion and preposterous enlightenment. She could no longer squeeze into the new, yet traditional female requirements within the so-called world of art. In truth, she had found her artistic calling. And, if that meant she had to quit her job and move in with her parents, so be it. But, at last, she was free, although, still very much delusional. To paraphrase Confucius, you can take the girl out of academia, but you can't take academia out of the girl. Some memories are inescapable. There is an awful story connected to this picture, but it is best not to dwell upon the brutal murder of a child whose battered and abused body was found 4 weeks later in the city dump. One can only imagine that her screams for help had gone unheard. Or, if they were heard, why had no one come to rescue her? That is a question that cannot be answered in a painting. According to the museum's catalogue, all vandals are liars. It's a fact that all vandals are liars, but Togo, who was once an infamous graffiti artist, will not condemn them. Some of these urchins who have found great fame and fortune for their street art are jealous of Togo as he now surpasses their own celebrity status, and so, they find it necessary to deface his sublime creations with all kinds of damnation. But, we all know that, even though they remain anonymous, it is only a desperate attempt to bring the focus of attention back to themselves. In reality, each attack only brings more fame and fortune to Togo. Long live vandals! She had even surprised herself. The revolution was on. Lord knows, the night before, she had been all for it. She had dutifully placed her hand on the book and sworn her allegiance. But, the next day, she began having second thoughts. Had she just ruined a great work of art in the name of what? She'd forgotten already. The act of swearing allegiance, of listening and repeating the litany of repetitious provocations devised by others, while her friends encouraged her to join with them. Add to that the heat of the night, the cheering of the mob, it was all too intoxicating, too overwhelming. Could it be, she wasn't yet fully aware of what she had agreed to do? Well, now that the act was done, what next? She stood there in the museum, glassy-eyed and befuddled, what to do? She could not think of her commitment nor the consequences of her actions. She couldn't even find the front door. But, when she had, she suddenly realized that she was alone. Very alone. Her fellow insurgents had already disappeared into the night and fog. My oh my, that had been a rather short revolution. The museum's cleaning staff is completely composed of volunteers. No museum, big or small, has a cleaning staff as efficient and as beautiful and as sexy and as efficient as those who work voluntarily at Muse'e d'Art du Togo Love. They even supply their own uniforms, which, for the most part, are silky undergarments. When Le Muse'e first opened, the cleaning staff worked only at night. Now, because they seem to draw the interest of more and more visitors, they work right through the day. They even pose for many photographs and converse with an adoring public. At one point, a television reality show starring our cleaning staff was suggested. The brilliant producers originally wanted the television crew of men and women to be seen by viewers. That meant the crew were required to wear silky undergarments too. The brilliant producers figured that the public did not want to see a TV crew clothed in just normal suits and ties and jeans. Alas, that would never happen. The crew balked at such a brilliant idea. Their union intervened in their favor naturally, so that the brilliant concept was scrapped. Today, The Hollywood Reporter disclosed that a silly fake show cast with hired starlets playing half-naked museum cleaners is in the works out in Los Angeles. Though scripted and cast with hired professionals, the brilliant producers behind it are calling it a reality show. It will fail because viewers will obviously deduce that the cast are not like our real cleaning staff who work not for money, but volunteer out of love for Le Muse'e. Some artworks have become must-see viewings for newlyweds. Well, my friends, can you tell me what is happening in this picture? The painting these newlyweds are staring at is titled, The Honeymoon and the Hereafter. Scholars from around the world have come here to examine this work, and I've heard that many universities use it as well in various studies from art to psychology to pop culture. At least 3 books, dozens of articles and even a play have been written about it. I am told that to truly understand the painting, a viewer must be divorced at least once. On the other hand, those couples married for over 40 or 50 years do not relate to the subject matter at all. Allegedly, they claim, at their age, to have more important things to worry about. The ringleader of the art thieves was as clever as she was fashionable. As you might have guessed, here we have yet another female who had had enough of male domination in every profession she had pursued. She decided that it was time for her to prove to the world that she, too, could be, not just the equal of her male competitors in the career of pilfering art, but she would be their superior. And she did exactly that. She gathered young women she had known in the fashion world, who had also expressed interest in her own beliefs, and, of course, in the money they'd share from selling the stolen art. And yes, one of those women appeared in the last artwork we had just seen. But, our ringleader here, she was clever. It says so right in the picture's title. So far, she has escaped capture and is wanted by many stolen art agencies around the world. In America, she is at the top of the FBI's list of most wanted offenders, eclipsing all male gang leaders in the same field, including organized crime. She is a credit to her sex. She knew what she wanted and she pursued it. Now she is an overnight megastar in the crime world and a guiding light to all young girls to never give up their dreams. "I shall never grow old," declared Dora, idiotically. I suppose the title says everything about this picture. Whoever Dora was, she must have seen something in this picture that most of us have missed. Could she have somehow identified with the aging, forgotten, rotting carcass of what was once a bright, new, shining example of human achievement? An invention produced by creative minds and human fortitude whose sole purpose was to serve mankind? And when that purpose was at its end, it was cast aside as worthless to one day turn from rust to dust in the wasteland, with not even memories to keep it alive? How can this young woman even blurt out such a statement when staring at this picture? No wonder the artist called her an idiot. And now, my friends, I am sorry to say that our tour is over for today. Please come another day when we shall continue on our journey through Le Musée d'Art du Togo Love. Thank you for coming, and yes, restrooms are through those doors and to your right. Have a nice day.